It's the And the White Guy Show with Bruce Williams, Sharon Hallingdal Williams, and sometimes Terry Reed. With Harry Swollensack and his orchestra, the Dick Dancer Dancers, and special guest, Jim Gutsman. With an appearance by Bruce Arntson.
Call it interstate. It carries buses and trucks and cars. We're a nation on the move.
Okay.
And we are a nation on the move. And not only that, but you can hear our moves before we're even on.
Yeah, so I don't know how to fix that.
I don't either, but might as well just leave it and
Okay.
then we'll pick up the ambient sound like Alex Bartlett in a truck. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is our, fifth show?
I think it is, yeah.
Something like that. It might be our sixth, but we're not counting that first one because that was really a dry run.
That was a rough one. That was when I had first gotten my coronavirus test.
Yes, and I just had my test.
You did?
On Thursday.
He did. He went and got his. So
I went and got my test on
We're still waiting on the
Thursday.
results, but he has no symptoms, so he's probably fine.
I am asymptomatic.
It was just that they announced they were doing free testing nearby, so...
Yes. And it was sponsored by Kroger.
Yeah.
So I could test positive for Oreos.
Yes.
Yes. And I have been wearing safety glasses almost all week because I'm getting ready to go to a mask factory, and I'm going to tour a mask factory, and I want to make sure my eyes are covered.
Because you're afraid somebody might spit in your eye.
Yes. At a mask factory, that's what they do, because at a mask factory, the people who make the masks are wearing masks. So how can they spit in my eye?
They can't. Oh. So I don't know.
Perhaps I don't need to be wearing them.
Yeah, I don't think so. I won't spit in your eye.
All right. And we've been doing our GDSY.
Getting stuff done, yeah.
GSDY. I dyslexified that.
GDSY.
GSDY.
Getting done stuff, yeah.
Getting stuff done, yeah. Which was started by our good friend,
Rob Tracy.
And he coined that phrase, only stuff. He substituted another word for stuff.
And it was yay.
It was yay, getting stuff done, yay. But
we're in the South.
So it's yeah. And actually the biblical form of yeah is yea, Y-E-A.
Oh, what does Patsy say? Maybe safety glasses over the mouth.
That's a good idea.
That might work.
That's a good idea. So during our GSDY week, all week long, here's what we've done. I've gotten a corona test.
He did, yeah.
I fertilized our lawn.
He got one of those seed
roller things.
I was impressed.
And put this fertilizer in there, and the dogs ate it, and they both passed away.
But no, they didn't.
No, they didn't. But you're not supposed to let your dogs out so that they can get it in their paws and stuff, because it could make them sick.
Yeah, so.
And we cleaned the garage.
Yeah.
We cleaned the garage.
Because we've had a problem with mice.
Almost room for 2 cars in there.
Almost. We're getting there.
Little more to go, but we'll get 2 cars in there eventually. And as far as GSDY for Sharon, she edited this whole program today.
That thing that you just saw with the Dick dancers and all that stuff. Yeah.
The intro.
That was my project.
Yeah, but she's also done other things for the program too. And she released, as she said,
catch and release humane mouse trap, and took them to an undisclosed location.
Mm-hmm.
And
released them humanely.
Yes.
Even though 2 were badly injured and traumatized.
It was a bad mouse trap. I got a new one that's a better mouse trap.
Yeah. I think they're all gone now. I think there were only 3 of them, and I think they were blind.
Well, just in case I got a better mouse trap, it's bigger. It's much nicer.
Okay. And we wanted to share with you several of our favorite posts from the week.
Posts.
We have different friends on my Facebook friend account. I just went over 5,000 friends, so I can't add any more friends.
Should I go ahead and put one? I don't know if they can see this
Yeah.
hanging down or not.
Yeah. It just covered up your face, but that's
all right.
okay.
I put it there.
I just want to lay in a pile of warm laundry and eat donuts. That came to us from Mark Peterson. I don't know where he got it, but that was the last one that I saw that had this. And
I think that's a pretty universal feeling.
It sums up the way that we all feel about this pandemic and stuff. And maybe now it's opening up. Maybe the worst is behind us. Let's really hope that.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. What else you got there, Sharon?
Oh, what have I got? Let's see. What's this one?
Oh, this came to me from Rick Diamond. I had seen this from somebody else, but when I went to get my test, I did not want to see this sign, COVID testing in the rear.
Yikes, I thought it was a nasal swab.
Yeah. And you're going to need a much bigger swab if you're if you're going there. So
yeah, that's a good one.
What else you got, babe?
What is this?
Grab one.
Oh,
that's our
Rob Reed.
That's our good friend Terry Reed's son, Rob Reed, with his new niece and Terry's new grandchild, Scarlett Reed.
Yeah.
The beautiful, beautiful baby daughter of Michael and Nicole Reed.
Yeah.
So we want to wish them all the best and congratulations. And they finally lifted their quarantine with their new baby and stuff. So
yeah, so
Rob and the grandparents can go visit them now.
They get to visit now. They were happy about that.
That's nice. So it is opening up. We know it's opening up. What else you got, Sharon?
What do I have here?
Okay.
Let's see. I'm not keeping track. Did I show this one already?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. This one was sent in by my good friend from Lake Tahoe, Ross Orlando. And as you know, Williams and Ree, we work a lot of Indian casinos, native casinos all over the world. And this is a kind of a joke about when the casinos open back up. And you see everybody is saying, the dealers are all saying, change 1,200, change 1,200. And why is that?
Because the stimulus checks were all for $1,200.
You are right. You are right.
Okay.
That's what makes that one so funny. And then we have one more from my classmate, Lorna Key, from my alma mater, Mountain Home High School.
Oh, yes, it's an Idaho one for sure.
Yeah, this is Idaho related. I feel like potatoes don't receive enough recognition for their versatility. Breakfast hash browns, fast food French fries, fancy dinner baked potato.
Holiday mashed potato. Relaxing at home, potato chips, quarantine, vodka.
Vodka.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There's a potato for every occasion.
And since I grew up in Idaho, we love potatoes. We'd have potatoes, sometimes 3 or 4 potatoes for every meal, hash browns.
And remember seeing those giant piles of potatoes when the farmers couldn't take them to the restaurants?
Yes,
so they just didn't know what to do with them, and they ended up giving them away, and people were coming and getting them.
Pulling dump trucks up there. I'm bringing this home to the family. I myself could eat a dump truck load of mashed potatoes right now.
Let's see, is it this top one?
That's our last one, and this is the 4 steps on how to wash your hands. Step 1: turn on the water with your mouth so your dirty hands don't touch the tap. Now we hear it, and the white guy don't recommend that.
No, I don't think these are real.
But it is an option. And then step 2: gently wipe each finger with a tiny wet cloth for 1 second. That too.
I really don't think so.
That too is not condoned.
I don't think that's
by our program. Step 3. Now this one, you can get behind this one.
No.
Use your teeth to remove any dirt from under your fingernails that you might have missed.
No, I still don't think.
I do that on occasion.
I don't like
Well, I used to do that. I used to bite my nails, but I have since not. I don't bite my nails anymore. And then step 4: dry your clean hands on a child's hair.
Okay, that one maybe.
That one,
Maybe.
that one really makes
Yeah,
sense
okay.
because there's nothing cleaner than a child's hair.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And that's some of our favorite posts that we call some of our favorite posts.
It's very original. I like
Did
that.
you know
No, what?
President Jefferson, Thomas Jefferson, had...
Our third president.
How did you know that?
Because I asked Siri earlier.
Oh, okay. Our third president, Thomas Jefferson, had a pet mockingbird
No.
in the White House. Used to be on his shoulder like a pirate. He'd walk around in the...
A mockingbird.
I'm not sure if it was the Oval Office for our third president. Probably not, but
Yeah, probably
we now know, this is trivia, but we now know that Thomas Jefferson had a mockingbird named Dick that would a lot of times perch on his shoulder.
Oh, really?
He would leave the cage open so the bird could fly around in the office, and he would feed it. He would put a morsel of food in his mouth, and then the bird would pluck it from his mouth.
Dick.
So, Dick, put your pecker here.
I got something for you, Dick. Right
Right
here.
here. Okay.
That was a special president.
Yeah, he really was
Yeah.
a special. And he had such an affection for this mockingbird. He encouraged other people to adopt them as pets because of their intelligence and their personalities. And actually, a lot of people followed suit and had.
Hey, when the
mockingbirds for
president
pets.
tells you.
You're supposed to
Yeah,
follow what the president
yeah,
does, and you're
it's a
not supposed
thing.
to ask any questions like, "Why should I have a mockingbird?"
No, you just do it.
Just do it if the president says so.
That's right.
All right. We are now up to our interview portion.
So we have a schedule. So
So we are about to call our good friend up there in Minnesota, Mr. Jim Gutsman. We're going to get him on the Skype phone.
again,
And
Jimmy.
he's going to tell us about what's been going on up north
And
there.
hopefully we'll get his face on there. Last time we called him, for some reason his face disappeared from the screen.
It did.
And it's probably my fault because I tried real hard, but
Yeah.
don't always get results.
You're doing quite well, actually. Okay, the call has
Did it go through?
stopped.
James
James
isn't
online.
online.
So we're going to have to...
James.
We're going to have to stop. We're going to have to stop and move on to our next thing. We're going to intro the Dick Dancer Dancers now.
I don't have it. I don't have the Dick Dancer Dancers. Remember, I told you we wouldn't have time.
That's right. You did tell me that. Well,
If I'd only
okay.
known that Jimmy Gutsman.
okay, then fans have texted in and said, we want to see more of the Indian and the white guy. So here we go. More of the Indian and the white guy. There he is, the Indian. And here's the white guy. Hey.
It's amazing what
Hey.
you'll find when you clean out the garage.
And look, it's the living doll. She's in it now, too, the living doll. And she says, I'm going to break you guys. I'm going to break you guys like the Beatles. I'm going to be the Yoko Ono.
And it worked.
Oh, tell you
Oh,
what.
my
I'll tell you
God.
what. Yeah, yes.
Maybe you gotta turn your phone on. Maybe no, that wouldn't do it. It's
Try
it's
giving
Skype.
me another call. I'm going to have a drink
Okay.
of my dirty
It's all
martini.
drink.
I think this one's going through. And
No,
it didn't
he's
go
not
through.
online.
All right, then we're forced to move on to our next step in the program, which is step number 4. And if Sharon, if you could just bring that up,
Oh,
we certainly would.
okay. This is
Okay, there's been a lot of talk about Sweden, so
we
here's
got a special.
our special on Sweden. The word of the week, the country of the week, the exalted ruler of the week is Sweden. Not since Norway was a kid has a country become so popular, so fast, so on everyone's lips as being the exception to the rule when it comes to viral outbreaks. Sweden, the epitome and the epitome of life under the magic bubble of healing. From its yodel-happy canyons to its dodges, chevs, and fjords, Sweden has drawn the lucky get-out-of-quarantine-free card and become the destination panacea on everyone's mind. Sweden is such a phenomenon that we have taken it upon ourselves to reach out to the Vice Chancellor of a program in Sweden called the Back to Work program, which I can only assume is named after the great Dutch explorer Back to Work. His name is Hans Anmajunk, and he is the head of that program. He's from Uppland, Sweden. Uppland.
Okay.
And we are going to talk to him right now.
Okay.
And ask him a few questions about this
Let's see if we can get him.
Swedish phenomenon.
Let's see if we see. There he is.
There he is. Welcome.
Hello, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
And do we need an interpreter, or should we just go ahead and ask you in English?
Oh, yeah, English.
It is nice to meet you, and I just have a few questions for you, and then we'll let you get back to your regular day, which I'm sure includes going to work or going to a bar. You know, America is looking towards Sweden as a beacon of hope in this pandemic. And I just wanted to ask you, how many actual cases of corona did you have?
Well, Swedes generally they don't like foreign beer at all. So we stay local with our beer. We're a racist people. We're not the bad kind of racism, the good racism. We just we hate the Norwegians. But other than that, though, the beer is not as popular in Sweden as it is in the United States. Anyway, we have a akvavit. You know akvavit?
Akvavit, yes.
It's a drink we have there, and it's distilled from potatoes and grain, and then it's flavored with anise flavored.
Oh.
That's spelled Anise, I believe.
Yeah.
Anise.
Well, either way, it tastes like it. So.
All right. Now, who in your government there, or one of your council leaders, who made the decision not to lock down and just have business as usual?
That was me. That was me.
That was
that goes back to that natural social distancing thing, where we just, you don't see people that often in Sweden anyway. And so we just figured, why make it official? That's how we are. That's how we roll.
Can you explain Stockholm Syndrome to me?
Yeah, that's a typical Swedish phenomenon where every summer, almost all Swedes, you get this feeling like the sun is just never gonna set again, and it drives us crazy. And then toward fall, it starts easing up a little bit, and we start, you go home and watch an old Bergman comedy or something, and just to loosen up. And eventually, by winter time comes around, and you're back to feeling dark and depressed. Fun.
A Bergman comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's not Ingrid Bergman. That's Ingemar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny man.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. There's. Yes. Might I have contracted Stockholm syndrome from this lockdown that we have in America? Might I be experiencing some of that?
It could be. Do you have a newfound affection for your wife?
Why, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
That could very well be what it's happening then. See, a lot of people, it pushes a marriage apart. But, in Stockholm syndrome, you can fall in love with your captor.
I'm your captor.
Well, I'm finding a new fondness for her, but she's moving away from me like an Ibsen play.
Social distance.
Yeah, that'd be more Denmark syndrome. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, thank you for identifying and keeping us abreast of the situation over there in Sweden. We want to wish you all the best, and we do want to say that we really look up to you Swedish people because we ourselves are still in lockdown. Some cities are opening up, but they are doing so based on your numbers.
Oh, yeah, that makes no sense at all.
No,
No.
it doesn't. And that's pretty much what our whole show is about.
Oh,
No sense?
Yeah.
Making no sense.
Yeah.
making no sense. I think you've got it covered. I think you're nailing it.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
We strive for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will say goodbye to our good friend and comrade, Hans Anmajunk.
Ha, the good. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And that,
That's Hans Anmajunk.
yeah. And we have no background.
Oh, we have no background. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. We just have
We
a
have
green screen behind us. But it
Will this
really
make
does
any
wonders
difference?
for
There
you.
we got our
folks. There
background.
you go. We're going to have to call Jim Gutsman right now on FaceTime.
Yes, because wherever he is, he's not in his usual spot. His Skype is
can't
not
pick
working.
up Skype.
So we're going to do the old-fashioned hold the iPad up to the camera.
Okay. All right. Let me get my FaceTime thingy.
Remember how to do that? It's on your phone.
It's on my phone. So
Oh, wait, no, it's not on your phone because that's your iPad.
Oh. Okay, but
You can do either way.
I can do it.
Either way.
I can do it.
Oh my goodness, this is high tech.
Okay.
This is so hard.
You go ahead and cover for me while I try to do
He
that.
really is getting really good at this.
Yeah.
He really is.
Really am.
Who is it? Oh, Jim Alexander. Hey, Jim.
Hi, Jimmy.
He's calling. He's. Oh. There
Okay.
we go.
All right. I'm turning up the volume on it.
Do him up. Do him the other
Hi,
way.
Jim.
Oh yeah.
Turn him the other way.
Hey.
Yeah, now we're working.
Yeah.
No, you turn him the other way so it's not so glary.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay. We have to do it the old-fashioned way, Jim. We have to hold your face up to the camera.
Here.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
She's going to do that. Oh, look at her. She's got the touch there. Yeah. So even when you're moving around, she can make your head move around side to side too. Hey.
Very nice.
Yes.
Hey, Bruce, I got to tell you, special situation.
Hey,
Hi, Patty.
I'm actually over at some good friends of yours. There are people that have been following you, Williams and Ree, for 40 years. They're from South Dakota.
No.
And they've got all your CDs, all your videos, your shirts. Dell even has one of those Ree hair pieces.
That's where they are.
Look at me, I look like Ree. You know, that's how you sold it, remember?
Yeah, that's right. If you want to be like Ree, yeah. Exactly.
There's about 15 or 20 of them out in the yard. We won't let them in the house, but I told him, I said, I'm going to talk to Bruce. You know, he's one of the Williams and Ree. I said, is there a question you want to ask him? And this is the question they want me to ask.
What?
They know that you guys have been doing this for a long time. You're successful. And they're wondering if for fans that have adored you for years that might be down on their luck, if you would consider rebuying your merchandise back.
We
Maybe about a 50% on the dollar. They're not looking for full dollar value.
Yeah, we kind of want to go with what's happening with the oil right now, and have them pay us to take it back.
Yeah,
this stuff is in great condition. Bruce.
We'll store it. We'll store it for them for a small fee.
And we've got plenty of storage and plenty of product.
Well, you could actually accept some back if they paid you.
Yes, we could.
So they paid you to get it, and they're paying you to take it back.
There you go.
$37. If they could just pay us $37, we'll take the whole lot.
Wow, that's really fair. Let me ask them.
Okay.
They claim they don't know who you people are.
You know, that's happening a lot lately.
No, they said they'd be glad to. They're going to box this shit up. They haven't used it. $37 to get it back.
Oh, Jimmy.
Hey, hear about the twins.
What?
The twins, July 4th.
July 4th, the Minnesota Twins are going to be back in action?
The Twins are going to be back in action. Now, Bruce, they've changed the game a little.
What happened?
Due to the social distancing. What they're going to do, instead of having to throw the ball and tag them out, you just hit the runner with the ball.
Perfect.
Firmly in the back of the neck, because there's never a doubt. They'll drop like a sack of potatoes. So there's something to look forward to. Going to be a little more aggressive ball up here in Minnesota.
Yes. I'm glad that Minnesota is starting that, because we need something to bring baseball back. You know, it's been just missing that one little thing, and I think it's violence, like you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, if you have the chance to lose your life, that puts a little more on the game.
Yes, it does. And
you know what I mean?
And it will increase the betting, I'm sure, in Vegas.
Well, and I think the odds are going to go way up for some of the bigger teams.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
I do love the Twins,
Those
though.
guys are going to get hit a lot more.
I love those Twinkies. I love the Twins. I think that's great. They're coming back July 4th, you said.
July 4th, we're going to try. That's what we're going to say, but no fans.
No fans.
So they're going to play in Australia.
I heard the Detroit Lions are also going to play a game with no fans, and that the fans were just grateful.
I'm sure they were. That's been a tough ride over there.
Yeah.
Be careful. Those people are already like a beehive. You poke that hive again, they're going to come after you.
That's true.
What's your address? Where are you guys located now?
You know it.
So, hey, I just thought of something else.
What?
They're going to have the restaurants opening up pretty soon. Here, restaurants and bars are going to try and do that. And, one of the problems is going to be these lines. You've seen these lines outside the fast food places, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I've thought of a little something. If you're in that line, you don't get to stand there for a long time. I think if a person started coughing and started to mention how warm it was, I think you get moved right up, frankly.
You
That's
think?
the way we're going. We're going straight in.
You know what? We have a friend that he wears a mask and scrubs to the grocery store, and people they let him get right in the front of the line.
No wonder.
Yeah.
No wonder. Well, I think that's the best news I've heard all day.
They all think he's a doctor, and that he's just in between operations, and so they come on through. Yeah.
Get it going. No wonder. All right, now I got one other thing I got to tell you about.
Tell me.
I'm going to warn some people.
Oh.
I want to put out a warning to all the people watching your post here today.
Okay.
I purchased some underwear. All right, normal kind of briefs, just a dark black pair of briefs, and they look like all the other underwear that I purchased until I happened to go in to where I had to go to a public restroom. Now, there was social distancing, Bruce. We were a urinal between us. I pulled up to that urinal and I started looking for the guy. I didn't realize these underwear don't have a pouch, just like a little rib thing there where it's sewn, and it feels like you have a pouch, but you don't. So this guy's over there looking at me like I'm making biscuits, for God's sakes. I can't find it. I can't get it out. So eventually over, and it's kind of a sad sense of humor. He goes, "Yeah, when they're short, you can put a string on them, find them quicker." I said, "Thanks a lot, appreciate that. I'd like to take that to the bank."
That wasn't in the Minneapolis airport, was it? At that one restroom where our good friend and senator from Idaho had the wide stance.
Stuck his little foot out.
Yeah, that's right.
How are you?
Is that the hokey pokey?
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said it was at the hokey pokey.
It looked like it from the back.
You put your right foot out, you put your left foot out.
Left foot. Yeah.
Yeah, and you shake it all about. And so you're with these people. They're originally from South Dakota. Where are they from in South Dakota?
Where are you from, Sandy, in South Dakota? Faulkton.
Sit down here, Sandy. I'm gonna show her to you. This woman's been following you people. Claims she's mothered two of your children.
No, that's not true. I've been fixed since '78.
Hi.
Faulkton, South Dakota?
Yes. Many a times. Love you guys.
Oh, we love you too. Thank you for your support all these years. And we're glad that you moved on up to Minnesota. Alphabetically, you're going backwards, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah. I've been here 43 years.
Oh, in Minnesota, 43 years?
Yep.
Oh, so you're actually Minnesotans. Even though you were born in Faulkton?
Yep. Well,
Hoven! Oh, apples, peaches, sauerkraut. We're from Hoven, 9 miles out.
Exactly. Oops.
Hoven,
I'm trying to get in.
Hoven, was ist los? We got a bus that really goes.
You do a great German accent.
Rooster on the fence post, tractor in the ditch. Come on, Hoven, beat Ipswich.
Yay!
Yeah. Well, thank you for being our fans, and thank you for opening up your house to Jimmy and Patty. They're just the finest people you'd ever want to meet. And
It was haircut night.
Oh!
We all got haircuts.
Nice.
Great.
Cut our own hair. We cut our own hair, and we watch each other.
Well, we can't get away, but we would love to come up and have you cut our hair, or just shampoo it and just let it grow. Ooh, are those safety glasses?
I'm going to share this. This is hot off the press up here in Minnesota. These were actually designed and manufactured at the University of Minnesota. I want you to go look very closely at my eyes, because I'm going to show you what is going to stop coronavirus.
Oh.
Ultraviolet rays. I no longer have to wear a face mask.
Oh.
And I got this on the internet for $2,500. So I've got a couple pair that I could send to others.
You can't pass up a deal like that. No.
No, you cannot. And that was shipping, included shipping.
Oh. Wouldn't
I stuck it to them.
Wouldn't it be great if we could get that bright light inside of us and stuff and kill the virus off that way? That would be great.
Yeah.
That's much better than what I've been doing, drinking bleach and stuff and touching my face.
Well, and everything else you touch.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, these are the cat's meow, and this is going to be the way of the future, Bruce.
I believe it is.
No more social distancing.
Yeah.
No more, none of that.
Yeah.
We're practicing CPR over here. We're so confident.
If we could just get laser pointers in there, gosh, the cats would follow you everywhere.
Well, I tell you this. So I'm really pleased, and there's only 4 of them that have been made. I've got one of the 4.
Oh, that's great.
Trump has one.
2,500?
2,500.
Huh?
You know, you want a case that's 28.
Yeah. What kind of batteries does it
You get a
take?
case with your name on it. No, I tell you these, and they're comfortable to wear. This is the way to go, and I think this is my ticket out of here.
All right. All right, baby.
All right.
We love you guys.
I'll be calling you, be talking to you, take good care.
Yeah, you too.
Treasure your loved ones.
All right.
Treasure your loved ones.
Absolutely.
All right, bud.
All right. Love you guys.
We'll see. Love you too, bud.
Yeah,
Bye.
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 Bye. I'm telling you, what a great guy and great couple, Jim Gutsman and his lovely companion, Patty.
Hands are getting sore.
Yeah, and that does it for our show. That does it for our show. That's the entire thing. We want you to take care. Tune in next week. Tune in next week at 6:30 Central. We'll be up and running on Facebook Live, and then watch the edited version on YouTube.
Yeah.
Remember, it's the And the White Guy show because the Indian wants nothing to do with it. And can you blame him? Can you blame him? But next week, Mark Yaffe, famous native comedian, will be on. Yes. Yes. Special guest Mark Yaffe next week. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
While she waited alone in a roadside bar.